Ethan Cole was no stranger to struggle. At 38, he'd once dreamed of designing logistics systems for major companies. But life had other plans. After his wife, Mia, passed away 3 years ago, leaving behind their 7-year-old daughter, Lily, he quit his high-paying job to be there for her. Now, he worked part-time delivery shifts, barely scraping enough to pay rent. That morning, the sky was gray, the kind of gray that clings to your heart. Ethan sat in a small downtown cafe, nursing a lukewarm cup of coffee while Lily drew flowers on napkins beside him. Her giggle was the only warmth he had. Across from him lay a pile of bills he hadn't opened yet. When the waitress came by, apologizing that their breakfast was delayed due to a delivery truck mix-up, Ethan chuckled softly. "Guess even the pros get it wrong sometimes," he said. And that's when it struck him, a flicker of the old engineer in him. He pulled another napkin, grabbed a pen from the counter, and started sketching lines, arrows, and boxes. Lily peeked over. "Daddy, what are you drawing?" "A better way to make sure trucks never mess up again," he smiled. "It's just a silly idea." But it wasn't silly. His hand moved fast, muscle memory from a past life. He drew a decentralized hub system, real-time route optimization, local predictive dispatch, a plan that could revolutionize delivery efficiency. All on a napkin. He didn't notice the woman sitting a few tables away, Clara Donovan, CEO of Swiftline Logistics, one of the largest delivery companies in the city. She had been staring blankly at her laptop, overwhelmed by the losses her company had faced. $40 million loss last quarter due to faulty routing systems. Her investors were threatening to pull out. Her career, everything she'd built, was crumbling. She was desperate. And when she looked up, her eyes caught Ethan's napkin, lines, symbols, routes. Curiosity made her get up. "Excuse me," she said gently. "I couldn't help but notice, that looks like a routing system." Ethan looked up, startled. "Oh, yeah, just old habits. Used to design these for a living. Now I just design lunch schedules," he laughed, hiding the pain in humor. Clara smiled faintly, but her eyes lingered on the napkin. "Do you mind if I take a look?" Ethan hesitated. Then shrugged. "Sure, but it's just a napkin." She studied it closely, and her heart started to race. It was brilliant. Simplified. Elegant. Something her million-dollar software engineers hadn't been able to fix. She felt a spark of hope she hadn't felt in months. "Would you mind if I kept this?" she asked quietly. Ethan nodded. "Go ahead. I've got a dozen more napkins where that came from." As she walked away, Ethan didn't even ask who she was. He was just happy someone appreciated his doodles. But 2 weeks later, his life would never be the same. It was a Tuesday morning when Ethan's phone rang. Unknown number. He almost ignored it. "Mr. Cole? This is Clara Donovan. I believe we met at the cafe." Ethan frowned, trying to recall. "Oh, the routing lady. Right. Did my napkin help you win a trivia contest?" he joked. Her voice softened. "It helped me save my company." He froze. "Wait, what?" She explained how his design inspired her tech team, how implementing his napkin-based model had optimized their system so effectively that it cut operational losses by $40 million within weeks. The investors were back. The company was thriving again. And she wasn't calling just to thank him. "I want you to join us, Ethan," she said. "Not as an employee, as a partner. The idea was yours." Ethan was silent. His throat tightened. He looked at Lily, playing on the floor with her crayons, the same crayons she'd used on that napkin weeks ago. "Are you serious?" he whispered. Clara smiled through the phone. "Dead serious. Your system changed everything. And I think you've got more of those napkins left." For the first time in years, Ethan felt something he'd almost forgotten worth. He met with Clara at her office the next day. She handed him a framed version of that coffee-stained napkin, with his daughter's little doodle of a flower in the corner. This, she said, is proof that sometimes the most brilliant ideas come from the most ordinary places and the most extraordinary hearts. Tears stung his eyes. I didn't do it alone, he said softly, glancing at Lily. She's my best little assistant. Months later, Swiftline launched its coal system, revolutionizing logistics across the country. Ethan became the head of innovation, working remotely so he could always be there when Lily needed him. And Clara, once a stressed CEO drowning in losses, became a close friend, someone who'd learned that brilliance doesn't always wear a suit or sit in a boardroom. It sits, sometimes, in a cafe corner, in a father's tired hands, and a napkin full of dreams.